Hi, everybody. I'm having problems with the Google Hangout tonight, so no video, but you'll be hearing my voice. How's everybody doing? This is Linda G. Robert, your solution lady and your coach, bringing you week 16 of your most awesomest year ever. Now, I do have two tips for you today. And the first one is to consider the advantages of disappointing someone, and the second one is recognize your sources of energy. So let's go with tip number one. Consider the advantages of disappointing someone. I know it doesn't sound like it's the thing you might want to do, but I want you to hear me out here. When I was growing up, I remember pleasing, that need to please everyone and to do things to please. I learned that I wasn't a good girl if I didn't please. And let's face it, at that time, I didn't know better. When I got older, I continued to please, and when someone didn't please me, I didn't like them. I thought they weren't being very nice to me. I didn't understand why. I simply didn't like them. I believed that pleasing someone meant I was going to be liked, and so that behavior continued until it wasn't working for me anymore. I struggled with doing things that I knew were going to upset someone, so I didn't upset anyone. And I walked around with a feeling of heaviness or feeling of unhappiness, and sometimes resentments would build. I've learned that it's okay to say no, and there are advantages of saying no and of disappointing someone. Here is an example. Last night, I was supposed to go to a potluck and I was really tired and I needed to rest and simply do nothing. In the past, I would have went and I might have had some fun, but I would have came back and feeling rushed to do something that needed to be done or feeling tired the next day. Except last night, I decided to do something different. I decided to take a risk and possibly disappoint someone. I sent an email out explaining the situation and I stayed home. I knew that I could have disappointed a few folks by not going, but that was my perception and it may or may not have been accurate. But there were more advantages to not going, such as being true to myself. The other advantages, for instance, I was able to chill out and do nothing and rest, and I felt well rested for the scheduled walk this morning. So when you think you may have to disappoint someone, think of the advantages of it and prepare yourself accordingly. And tip number two is recognize your sources of energy. And in this case, I'm going to focus on the positive sources of energy. A few weeks ago, I offered a webinar on personality preferences, and one of the preferences is where do we get our energy from? From outside of us or from inside of us? Are we an introvert or are we an extrovert? So keeping with this theme, what are your sources of energy? Is it being in a certain environment or being around certain people? You might want to pay attention to which types of people or which types of environments give you that sense of energy. And how does this type of energy fuel you or nurture you? What is it about this person or this place or this thing that creates that energy inside of you? How do you know when you are being energized? I know it's easy enough for me to feel strained and drained around certain people, certain places, and certain things because my thoughts will start telling me fairly quickly. And so will my body. I will feel absolutely tired at the end of the conversation. I find with the energizing source a bit difficult to pick up until I stop and I think for a minute, wow, this is cool. I love this. I'm feeling so much energy. So when that happens to you, when you're being aware of the shift in you, pay attention to what's going on. What is going on around you? Now, it may not be the people necessarily, or it might be in some cases. It may be the topic, it may be the theme of what's being discussed, or it could be the relationship you have with the people or with the places or with the things that connect you to this energy. And why is this important, you ask? Well, remember, you are creating an awesome year this year, and you do want more of that energy to fuel you and to nurture you as you move forward in creating that awesome year. So, tip number 2 is to recognize your sources of energy and consciously choose to incorporate that in your life. So this is Linda G. Robert, your relationship coach and the solution lady, helping you find the solutions to connect your life. For more information on my services and my programs, visit me at my website at www.lindagrobert.com. And you can also like me on Facebook and subscribe to my YouTube video as well. Have a great day and an awesome week.